Hello, my name is Anta and welcome to my channel. Recently I walked Hadrian's Wall in UK and I used a couple of principles in preparing for the trip and knowing what to bring with me. So in this video I will discuss how to calculate your calories for the trip that you will need, what kind of foods you should bring, and I will give an example day of meals so you can see what other people are doing. I also have to add a disclaimer because I am not a professional nutritionist or a trainer for kind of hiking or outdoor sports activities. So if you have any kind of special conditions, you should talk with a doctor or a professional. These are details of what worked for me and what kind of principles and basic approaches I took in preparing for the journey. As I mentioned, the first thing you're going to do is plan your calories. An average person needs to consume about 2,000-2,500 calories per day to maintain their weight. And obviously, if you are making a 7-day trip, you are looking at consuming this amount of calories plus additional amount that you will be burning. I found there's quite a lot of kind of calculators and information online. I found that the principle of 430 calories for about a 70 kilo person, or 550 calories for a 90 kilo person for every hour of walking or hour hiking is a good estimate. This considers walking at a brisk pace and that you are also wearing a backpack of some sort. For example, a 70 kilo person that needs to consume 2,000 calories a day to maintain their weight is walking 12 miles at a pace of 3 miles per hour on average, and therefore they're taking 4 hours. That is 430 calories each hour for those 3 miles. So that is 1,720 calories together. So in total, 3,720 calories. As you can see, that's almost double the normal intake. So you need to plan that, you need to prepare for that. So your next step is thinking about what kind of foods to bring with you. When you are taking a hike of several days, you are looking at dehydrated foods that are high in carbs, high in protein, and provide good calorie to weight ratio. So standard would be dry grains such as oatmeal, couscous. There's people who like bulgur wheat instead. You are also looking at trail mixes, that is a standard. I like to take a little tub of peanut butter to have with some dried crackers. And a classic for all journeys like this is also energy bars, protein balls, and you always want to have an emergency type of energy bar. So if anyone has gone to Scouts, that's your Candle mint cake. And if you are into kind of sports or things, you may be familiar with the energy gels. So you would find these in health food stores or in kind of sports supply stores. Both of these will provide you a fast boost because they're high in fructose and sugars, but these are not everyday foods. These are emergency foods. You also want to make sure you bring some salty snacks. The dehydrated foods are high in carbs and our body breaks down all the carbs through sugar. So you'll find that you're maybe not consuming as much salt as you like to, and you'll find you're getting salt cravings. So make sure you bring a salty snack for you. That can be type of kind of biscuits, I guess, crackers. Yeah, type of crackers. Or a very popular one is if you like seaweed, seaweed snacks with like salt. Or some people even bring small packets of crisps. If you have the space, you can do that as well. If you're making any foods, energy bars, and or things at home, I recommend going with vegan options, because that will reduce the amount of produce that can go bad in a nasty way. So I always use vegan ingredients for a long-term protein buzz. And the last thing I want to add, you may want to bring some treats for yourself at the end of the day. This might be a small chocolate bar. I had some little pureed fruit cups for the fast days. So, and if you are still in doubt about what kind of foods are okay and what kind of foods aren't okay, a simple example to give is most trail mixes are around 500 calories per 100 grams. So imagine this person that needs to consume almost 4,000 calories in a day. If they ate only trail mix, they would need 800 grams. That's almost a kilo. For a 7-day trip, that is 5.6 kilos of trail mix. So you want high carb foods to consume, so you don't have to carry all that extra weight with you. Okay, and now the sample day of food. Once you have one day figured out, you can just adjust the rest and carry on that way for the rest of the days. You're looking also for the best, a combo where you have the most diverse flavors as possible, but as little diversity in cooking instructions as possible. Since you know where you're gonna be and that you're gonna be outside your tent for breakfast and dinner, you should plan those fast. And in our example day, we are looking at having oatmeal for breakfast. You can boil your water, you can put your oatmeal in there. You can get like porridge oats, or you can just get regular oats, and you leave them in a bowl for 5 minutes and they will absorb the water, and you're gonna have porridge and it's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be dry or weird. And you want your peanut butter with that, and we also chose to bring honey. So this plan has breakfast, oatmeal, peanut butter, and honey. It's like a improvised peanut butter jelly sandwich with oatmeal. Anyway, so that's somewhere between 450 and 600 calories, depending on how much toppings you use. So for dinner, we're gonna choose a flavored couscous food. You can often find these in shops. They're often advertised as diet foods, but you might find that you have to buy double. Or you can make these yourself, like pre-pack them yourself. So you choose some couscous and some toppings. And I also like cup of soups for dinner, because I like to have something warm to sip while I'm doing the more lengthy parts. This is also when I would have my treat, and that would all add up to about 640 calories. Okay. So now you know your breakfast and you know your dinner. Time to figure out your lunch and all the snacks you're having throughout the day. In this case, we're gonna choose lunch, which is either rice crackers or cracker breads or some sort of lightweight bread replacement with peanut butter. You can easily pack 3 of those in a row. It's salty food. It may seem that you won't be able to, but believe me, if you've been walking for a couple of hours, you're gonna get those crackers in easily. And the next is looking at 2 or 3 breakfast bars or protein bars. You can purchase these in shops. You can make these yourself. You can do a combination. We did that because we didn't have that much time, but we wanted, some better things. So look at the calories of those. They're often around 170 calories per bar. A good and really popular thing right now is protein balls, which are about 150 calories for a ball this size. So I really recommend those. You can buy those pre-made again from health food stores, or you can make them yourself. And that's kind of a small, dense, and usually they're quite delicious. So that's one of my favorites because they're very small and very full of energy. And the very last thing is your salty snack. You can Of course, if you want, you can leave that for the end of the day. I would usually find that I have a craving at some point and I will have my salty crackers or my seaweed at that point. You want your trail mix, you can make that yourself, or you can just buy pre-made trail mixes. And you want to do double. So when I say double, I mean about 200 grams. So you're looking about 1,000 calories. And you are essentially eating this trail mix throughout the whole day. You're just constantly snacking on it. That was your sample day, and now I'm gonna explain to you how to put it all in a 7-day stretch. And the main difference is the flavors. That's what you want to achieve. Your day structure stays the same throughout the days, but you want to change the flavors. So if you have that couscous in the evening, if you can get a different flavor every night, that would be really nice. I find that having the same breakfast flavor is less annoying than having the same dinner flavor, because when I'm having breakfast, I've barely woken up, and also most people tend to have the same thing for breakfast in their regular day lives anyway, so it's not frustrating. However, we do like to diversify our dinners. Of course, if you're someone who can eat the same thing for several days as long as you like it, go for it. It makes your life simpler. But I think most of us want difference in flavors. So you can have the same food, couscous, with a flavor every night, but you want to make sure that flavor is different, or maybe you have 3 flavors that you alternate. Same with trail mix, same with your snack bars and your protein bars. You want to mix things up, which is why some people end up buying some of them, because when you're making a batch at home, it's gonna be the same flavor. And now when you're looking at packing everything, you want to pack your day separately. So you want to start your day with a new bag, you open it up, you take out your breakfast, you have your breakfast, you pack your snacks in your backpack so you can reach them on the sides or like in easily reachable positions, so you can graze on them and have the snacks throughout the day. And you have your lunch and dinner at the top of your bag, and the rest of the food can be at the bottom, which you can then reach the next day when you're repacking your bag for the following day. And that is it. Now you know how to plan and pack your food for a 7-day or a several day trip. And let me know in the comments below if you have any more questions. I will try to answer those. If you like this video, please let me know by clicking the like button. And if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe.